Since 2000, the Toyota Prius has been a household name here in North America, known for its reliability, its hybrid synergy drive, and its fuel-sipping nature. Now we're about 22 years later, and the Toyota Prius has taken a step back out of the spotlight because battery electric vehicles are popular now, as well as other hybrids out there on the market. But for 2023, this 5th generation redesign for the Toyota Prius is here to prove the hybrids are not going anywhere. They're more relevant than ever, and they're gonna be more fun to drive than ever before. So Toyota's brought me out to a warehouse out here in LA to give you guys an impression of the all-new Toyota Prius, but not only that, the bigger brother, the more fancy brother, the Prius Prime. But let's start with this new design. My gosh, guys, the Prius is stunning once again. It's taking like that third generation that I have at home, and it's making it a modern version of it. It's now the wedge once again. And I think it looks amazing. Just look at that sleek roofline, that silhouette. It's on another level compared to that 4th generation that got kind of mixed reviews with the design. Now we got those very aggressive daytime running lights up front that give us a nice little lobster claw, but it just makes the vehicle look very aggressive from the front, something I don't know if any Prius has done before. Also a nice little glossy black at the very bottom where it can take air. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we have some active shutters to close one of these grills here to make the Prius that much more aerodynamic. On the XLE and Limited, you're gonna have 19-inch wheels for the first time ever on a Prius. The base LE is gonna get 17-inch wheels. As we come around to the back, we have the door handle tucked in to the vehicle, to the C-pillar, like we've been expecting. Looks great. From this angle, it does, I'm getting vibes of the 2nd gen Prius and that 3rd gen Prius, not so much of that 4th gen Prius that this is replacing. We have a light bar that goes across the back. Now this is a limited model. You can see the LTD kind of like subliminal here, because down here, this is in a Beyond Zero logo with that hybrid electric vehicle. I just came from the battery electric concept, the BZ compact crossover that said BEV on the back instead. We have Prius very loud and proud here on the back lift gate, lifting up the lift gate here. Automatic with this limited trim. And we have a nice little tonneau cover here, easy to remove. And we have what looks to be an adjustable floor with maybe some storage underneath of here as well. And just looking at this, it doesn't look like it's quite as much cargo space compared to my 3rd generation Prius, for example. Closing the automatic lift gate, I think it's time for us to get underneath the hood, because that's where this new Prius has a big upgrade waiting for us. Now I just lifted this hood here. It felt super light, so I'm gonna take a stab and say that this is aluminum. Underneath the hood, we have a 2-liter replacing the 1.8 liter. This is gonna have up to 196 horsepower on the all-wheel drive models and 194 horsepower on the front-wheel drive models. 0 to 60 with this setup is as fast as 7 seconds in the all-wheel drive and 7.2 seconds with the front-wheel drive. Best case scenario, with the front wheel drive LE model, you're going to see 57 miles per gallon on the new Prius. Now getting on the inside, this is definitely an upscale experience. Honestly, my first impressions is it looks a lot like the BZ4X, which I really like the BZ4X interior. We have a sliding roof here, manual, but that's okay. This is a fixed glass roof, which is optional on at the highest grades. We're gonna get on the inside, close this door here. Very solid sound for the Prius. I mean, it sounds a lot better than my 3rd generation, I'll say that. I love this trim here. It's not textured, but it has a visual texture to break it up. It's much better than glossy black, for example. And we have ambient lighting behind that. I'm gonna try to fire this up here, double press, but this is the same, what looks to be the same 7-inch screen that we see in the BZ4X. And it is right above the steering wheel. So if I'm driving, which is this looks like the same steering wheel from the BZ4X, mind you. If I'm driving, I look above it to see this screen, which negates the option, or the necessity, I should say, for a head-up display, which is not even an option here on the Prius like I have on my 3rd gen Prius. Now we have a nice little Prius lettering here with this beautiful 12-inch screen. This 12-inch screen is standard on the limited model, as well as standard is the JBL sound system. The only way you get JBL sound system is on the limited or on the Prius Prime, the XSE model with the premium package. Now, this 12-inch screen is optional on the lower trim, not the LE, but the XLE, for example. We have heated and ventilated seats in this limited trim as well. 2 USB-Cs up here, which is just 2 of 6, which is standard even on the LE model. Glossy black here, which I'm not a big fan of. I wish they would have brought this silver pattern trim here down here. That would have been nice. The shifter does feel good overall, and it's real easy to get to. Ergonomics wise, me sitting in here at 6'1", I haven't adjusted the seat or anything, but I feel super comfortable. I feel like the armrests are just the right spots for me. And the steering wheel, like I mentioned, from the BZ4X is a home run. I love having these physical buttons here to manipulate the screen or your radio, etc. Now, this is the new software, so Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is going to be wireless on here, even if you get the base screen. Ambient lighting that goes all the way across. Soft touch here on the dash. Not back here though, but no one's going to be touching that. We have a nice little speaker there, and then we have JBL tweeters here on the A-pillars. Digital rearview mirror, which I believe is a part of the tech package, which gives you a 360 camera. We do have a heated steering wheel here as well. The quality of these seats are excellent. It kind of reminds me of the Venza or the Toyota Mirai, so that's a home run there. And it's time to get into the back seat. Forgot to mention, it is soft touch here on the top of the door and a much softer armrest than what I have in my 3rd gen Prius, for example. Now, get into the back here, like an automatic liftgate sort of button or a digital latch if you're familiar with the Lexus vehicles. Pretty plain door here, but hard touch here, not soft touch like we saw in the front. Now we're going to get into the back seat, but yes, these seats are really easy to fold down. You can see how high this floor is, but these seats do fold flat with this floor in the back, so that is nice. Stepping on the inside, what kind of leg room do I have? Now, this seat wasn't perfectly set up for me at 6'1", but I still have plenty of room here. Almost a completely flat floor, small hump, and we have 2 heated seats here that is only available on the Limited. Also, a couple more USBs back here. I didn't lift the armrest, but you have 2 more USB-Cs in there, so 6 USB-Cs in this vehicle is just insane. Very high quality to the backs of the seats here. It feels great. If you're a passenger back here, you don't want that sun shining down on you, very easily adjust this fixed glass roof. A couple LED map lights in the back as well, and I fold this down and we have a nice little armrest here for your passengers. But that was just a quick walk around of the Limited Prius, not the Prius Prime. I'll have a separate video for that, so make sure to check that out. Also check my BZ compact crossover concept vehicle walk around that I just did before this. Amazing car, just like this new Prius is, and I can't wait to see in the next one. Also stay tuned because I'll break down the packages for the new Prius, not only the normal one, but the Prius Prime as well.